Yo, what is going on, guys? Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. First of all, a huge thank you for getting me to 10,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your support. That was a long milestone to get to, and now we have the long road to get to 100K. So thank you so much for being a part of the journey to financial freedom. Without further ado, we have a lot of stuff to go over. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Let's get into the video. All right, guys. So first of all, to start it off, there's not much to touch on about AMC's chart. We're down 8.35% currently on the day, trading at $5.05. The volume isn't looking crazy today, and the setup is still there for that major move, and GameStop's playing out very well. So honestly, AMC could have some sympathy going over towards that. But again, the first cycle back in January took 9 days to complete. June took 19 days to complete, which leads me to think that this cycle is valid all the way up until February 6th. Not saying it will drag out that long, but again, it is valid unless we break lower lows under $3.80 relative lows on the stock. Now, if we do snap lower than where we're trading at now, I'm watching for a bounce around 460 to 414, right where that gap fill ends, and essentially that is what I'm looking at for the smaller time frame. Other than that, once we break to the upside, I'm watching $7 and $9 for a clean break out of that falling resistance we've been in for a year now. Also, guys, some plays I want you to keep a side eye on. You will hear more about them in Discord if you are in Discord, but CVNA, Carvana, SAVA, Sava Sciences, GNS, BBBY, Mullen, which GNS and BBBY actually got a rip today along with CVNA, not SAVA, but I did want to talk about ticker symbol SAVA real quick before we move on to GameStop and the S&P 500. This stock is set up pretty well for a move higher. I'm pretty comfortable with what we're seeing here, unless, of course, it played out inverse. You guys can see at the bottom of this cycle, right when Sava Sciences reaches a low is when it rips every single time. So these white boxes, this tracks the cycle period from the fall all the way down to finding it low before getting a move higher. And you can see right now we're finishing the cycle right here in the white box. I do think SAVA has seen a low at around $26.50, somewhere in that range, and can trail all the way back up and get higher. So in my opinion, where we're trading at with SAVA, we do have at least a 60% move on our hands. I'd say medium risk, medium reward here if you guys did want to play this, but this is something I want you to keep your eye on. I wanted to bring to your attention. As for GameStop here, I have literally no problems with GameStop. It couldn't be tracking more perfectly to the cycle that happened back in January. With that being said, I do expect GameStop to trail back down to about $19.30 before getting that major pop, breaking highs coming up to about $27.50. And every call out prior, GameStop has done the exact same thing, right? Came up to $23.80, and now we're looking for that retracement back down to this level around $19 to $19.30. As for the S&P 500, it does look like we're taking a little bit of a cool off. We're sitting at 402.90. I don't see a lot of stuff happening with the S&P 500 or it picking a direction until Wednesday when the FOMC meeting is, where they will select the interest rate hikes going forward. And I think that we have priced in a 0.5. So if it's greater than that, market dump. If it's less than that, market flies to the upside. And if it's equal, it's probably priced in and we can start seeing that slow gain across the board still with the S&P 500. However, there is other data to look at. We also have a very important earnings week right now. But as for the SPY right now, it's sitting at 402.80, sitting right under this 404 resistance level. So watch that. We need to break back over that. However, it is basing off of this most recent high candle wick here that we saw back on Monday, the 23rd of January. So that's a good thing to see. If we saw a healthy retracement on the SPY, I'm looking a low of 398.50 to be the lowest before getting a bounce after that. Other than that, I am going to be watching for new lows on the SPY. I still don't have a lot of confidence in it. Now, real quick to touch on some Ortex numbers, the short interest is rising on AMC, 22.95%, but again, this is just what's reported to us. 100% utilization still, and the cost to borrow average and max are both over 300%, so shorts are paying triple their positions just to borrow these shares, which of course they are trapped in this play, otherwise there's no reason to do that. 6.72% short interest on APE, utilization still at 92%, and cost to borrow average sitting around 8%. Guys, if you haven't watched the video on my vote, go watch it. I came up with what I'm going to be voting yesterday in yesterday's video, and it was a very hard decision. Also, if you want to talk with me about it on the daily, make sure to join the Discord. But according to Stock Tracker, no shares available to borrow left on AMC, and literally not even at all today, right? No shares available to borrow at no fee because there are no shares, and this isn't something Stock Tracker always reports, so it's a good thing to see. And you see short interest rising, which means shorts are jumping in, which leads me to think that they are trying to meet APE and AMC at the same spot because APE ran 16%, at least the last time I looked at it, and AMC was down 8%, right? They're trying to bring them together so that when Ape converts over to AMC, it's going to be a one-to-one basis, and the people who own Ape aren't going to have a benefit, right? And the people who own AMC, vice versa. They're not going to get a benefit out of the meeting. Therefore, it's going to lead shareholders to vote no. Whatever happens forward, happens forward. I'm not going to go keep on rambling because the full video is posted yesterday. 521,000 short exempts. They stacked those up as well. Now, real quick, guys, if you want to vote, make sure you are a beneficial owner. You may not vote your shares at the special meeting unless you obtain a legal proxy from your broker, bank, or other nominee. So make sure to get your legal proxy from your broker. Now, for the fundamental side of things, Adam Aaron tweeted this: retail suggestions, take crypto, Apple Pay, Google Pay, usage online soared, introduced AMC branded and movie merchandise, selling like hotcakes, launched an AMC credit card, still on track for Q1. Now, this is a good thing to see. Still on track for Q1. That means coming up to the earnings, AMC should launch the AMC credit card, which I think will be a huge revenue stream for the company for the fundamental side of things. Plus, if he gets that dilution, AMC could clear debt pretty fast and delete the short thesis. Take AMC popcorn to supermarkets, still on track for Q2. Keep these ideas coming. Now, so far, 2023 is looking good for AMC. It looks like a complete restructuring of the company and how it operates. Hopefully, we just get that short squeeze that we have all been waiting for. Now, according to Stock Tracker for GameStop, 400,000 shares available to borrow at a most recent fee of 19.6%, 10,000 calls compared to 1,700 puts expiring in the money. However, the week just started, but overall, GameStop is looking good right now. I expect a little bit of retracement throughout the week and maybe have the options chain even out. I don't think much is going to happen. However, I did not see this. 257,000 for short exempt volume. Guys, look at GameStop. This thing barely ever exceeds 7,000, 13,000. You can tell that 127, which is when GameStop hit over $500 a share, right? The algorithms were trying to do it again. Market makers, the liquidity fairies did not want that to happen. They stumped this thing as hard as possible. 257,000 short exempts on a stock with this low of volume is absolutely nuts. Bed Bath & Beyond got another rip today. No shares available to borrow, 35,000 calls expiring in the money at a most recent fee of 276%. All of the data is there for Bed Bath & Beyond to have a short squeeze. It's definitely not a fundamental play, but the market makers are still loading up on short exempts. They have to continuously do so, but again, these have to be located at some point in the future. So Bed Bath & Beyond, it's definitely something to keep your eye on. I'd say high risk, high reward. I still have my calls because why not? I'm not letting those go until those go green because I'm a degen, but it is what it is, and Bed Bath & Beyond is looking pretty decent, up 19% currently as we're making this video. Now, be cautious this week. The FOMC rate hike is on Wednesday. Apple, Amazon, Google earnings all on Thursday. Bank of England and ECB rate hike also on Thursday. So this week is going to be crazy, and by the end of the week, you're going to see a real direction in the S&P 500, in my opinion, because we have huge name earnings, plus the rate hikes, plus everything going forward with other countries as well. So you're going to see whether the SPY is going to take a dive towards the middle of the year or it's going to rally all the way up until the middle of the year into the summer, right? Now, this is interesting because now JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs both think a recession is unlikely and it's more likely we get a softer landing. But then you see other tweets coming out about the same banks saying the opposite thing. What do you guys think down below? Do you think the market has found a bottom? Do you agree with me that it did not find a bottom, or do you think we are finally getting into a bull market? Now, I know a lot of shorts are under pressure because you see these small cap / short squeeze plays starting to rally, and you can see that shorts are definitely getting out of positions across the board, and that is because the pressure that the SPY is putting on them, right? Bears are getting burned right now. Shorts are getting burned. Now, GNS rallied today, up over 40%. Genius Group board approves $37 million spinoff of Entrepreneur Resorts Ltd. Now, I made 40-ish% off of this today, and I know a lot of people in Discord made money off GNS as well, especially the way GNS's revenue has been playing out now. Spinoff is actually a good move for GNS in my opinion, and that is why you're seeing the rally going forward. However, I think there is a trap coming for retail, so be very, very careful with this. Overall, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, thank you so much for 10K. Make sure to get in the Discord, guys. Stop waiting and sitting on the Discord, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, which 60% of you aren't, which means we would be well over 20K subs, please just hit the subscribe button when you watch my videos. Also, guys, get up to 15 free stocks. It's free money. Use my link in the comments or in the description. Tap it. You download Moomoo on your phone or computer, and you make a deposit of even a penny. You find a penny in your room and deposit it. We're going to get free stocks from there on out, guys, so make sure to go do that. It's free money. Hopefully you found value out of the video or enjoyed watching and enjoyed your weekend. We'll be updating you on everything there is to update you on, so have post notifications on. All your stocks out.